Well, hello, Rockhounds, Rock Tumbling Fanatics. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to do something a little different over here at the Tumbler. I'm going to shut them down. I am going away for about 3.5 weeks on an epic trip out west. We're going to do fossil hunting. We're going to do rock hounding, rock collecting. We're going to hit rock shops. You know, it's just going to be great. Got to go in with a group of friends. We're going to have a grand old time fossil hunting out in the Badlands and rock hounding and hitting rock shops in South Dakota. You name it. You know, we're going to be gone for like 3.5 weeks. And by the time this video comes out, I'll probably be back or on the way back with tonnage of really good stuff you're going to be interested in seeing. But the problem is, I don't want these tumblers running the whole time I'm gone. Okay? Especially the tumbler I keep in rough over here. I just did a video where I cleaned this tumbler out and sorted out all the stuff that was ready to move on to finer grits. But I'm not going to restart it. I'm not going to put water and grit in it and restart it like I normally do. I'm just going to lid it up and set it aside until I get back. And I got to deal with these other tumbler drums too. Because, you know, these two back here are in pre-polish. And these two up here are working on special projects. One is in, what is this one? I don't remember. That's why I write on it, so I don't remember. That's pre-polish as well, with a special project. That's my leopard skin Jasper project. And this one over here is in medium grit with my Tortilla Agate project. So I don't want these running the whole time I'm gone either. I mean, this one would probably benefit from running that long. This one might benefit from running that long. These might benefit from running that long, but there's problems. You know, if there's storms, the power is going to go out in my lab, and a lot of times the tumblers don't restart. A breaker gets tripped, GFCI gets tripped. They don't restart until I restart them manually. I don't want them sitting not turning for 3.5 weeks because I'm afraid the slurry and the rocks are going to set up like concrete in there if there's no motion. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump out each of these drums in turn and clean the rocks off really good, rinse them off, put them back in the drums with no water or grit, and just let them sit until I get back. And when I get back, I'll put the proper grit back in them, water, and start them up again. That's my process for doing this. If you have a different opinion, a different process for what you do with your tumblers when you're gone for a long time, let me know in the comments section down below. I'd be very interested in hearing how other rock tumblers deal with being out of town for extended periods of time and what they do with their tumblers. Do they just let them sit? I've had problems with that. You know? Do they leave them running? I'm a little scared to do that, especially with these, because the rough grit, a lot of the stuff in here doesn't need to be tumbling in rough grit for 3 weeks. I'll come back and there won't be anything left of some of these rocks. You know, so, you know, let me know what you think, what your procedure is, what your SOP is for being, you know, out of town for a long time if you do rock tumbling. I'd be very interested to know. Maybe I'll modify my process because this is a lot of work. I got to dump out all these, clean them up, put them back in the drums, and then find a place to store them for 3.5 weeks until I get back. And then while this is down, my high-capacity rock tumbler back here, my homemade one, what I will do is I will grease the bearings on it, maybe look at the belts, see if they need to be changed, clean it up a little bit where the drums have leaked slurry out and it's all hardened up back there. So I'll do a little maintenance on it too while it's down. I don't know if I'll have time to do it before I leave, but certainly before I start it up again when I get back, I'll grease all the bearings, check the belts, do that other stuff too. So it needs it. This thing's been running 24/7 ever since I built this thing, and it has just been so darn reliable for me. I love it. I'll put a link in the upper right to my video that I shot of building this thing. It's been through a few modifications too, so there's been a couple of other videos along the way of modifying it, but right off the bat, I got it like 90% right. It just works. It's a beautiful thing. I could run a lot of rocks through this. I'm thinking about building another one, so that's how well I like it. Anyway, okay, so let me get started. I don't think I'll waste your time showing you the whole thing, but basically, what I'm going to do is just open up the tumblers, one at a time. I'll probably start with the finer grits first and work my way up to the rougher grits so don't cross-contaminate anything. And, you know, just clean the rocks, rinse them off really good, then put them right back in the drums and seal them up. So, lucky you, as I clean out each drum, you're going to get a sneak peek at what's going on. This is the leopard skin Jasper project. Wow, that is really, really smooth. This has only been, let's see, what was the date on this? 14, and today is the 27th, so it's only been in here 13 days. But you know what? I'm thinking when I get back, instead of restarting this leopard skin in pre-polish again, I think we might go straight to polish because these are really, really smooth. I think they've been in pre-polish for long enough, and boy, are they pretty too. Really pretty. So let me put these back in the tumbler drum over here and seal it up and move on to the next drum. Oh yeah, and if you haven't been following the leopard skin Jasper project, I have some amethyst in here just as tumbling media for the leopard skin because I needed a soft rock as tumbling media for the leopard skin because it's a fairly soft Jasper. And I found that this amethyst my buddy Jim sent me is working great. It is really working great. This stuff looks good. So, okay, let me get this stuff back in its tumbler drum and get it sealed up and move on to the next drum. All right, here's the contents of one of my big 6-pound tumbler drums in pre-polish. Now, this has only been going for about a week, so this definitely needs to go a little while longer in pre-polish. But look at the white fortification bands in that agate. I hope they're showing up. Found that rockhounding in Wyoming, so that's cool. Lots of petrified wood in here from the Dobell Ranch in Arizona. Really beautiful stuff. This is going to be so nice when it's done. Well, I got some banded iron, some more petrified wood. This is some I found hiking in Arizona. Very colorful, very colorful. Petrified wood. There's a lot of petrified wood in here. That's, believe it or not, is petrified wood too from the Dobell Ranch. Interesting looking stuff. A little bit of green moss agate in here. So this is all pre-polish. The colors in it, that is mookaite. That is mookaite. I got that in South Dakota on our all-day rock and fossil shop crawl in South Dakota. I hope we can get up there again on this trip to some of those rock shops. Like the Rock Shed and some of the other ones we went to. We had a blast in those places. So, okay, this stuff's all going back in the drum and getting sealed up, and I'll get the other 6-pound drum off and see what's in it. All right, so here's the other 6-pound tumbler that is in pre-polish. And this one has only been going for, again, not that long. So this is going to have to go back into pre-polish for a while when I get back. Some cool stuff in it. It's just this super cool multicolored Jasper that I got rockhounding in eastern Wyoming. This piece of brecciated Jasper here I found in eastern Wyoming too on that same rockhounding trip. I can put a link to that rockhounding trip in the upper right if you're interested. And there's just other cool stuff here. There's some purple agate that I bought at a rock shop. Some banded iron formation. Some cool, funky, and a leaf flew in. It's very windy today. Some cool, funky chert. And oh yeah, super colorful. I hope those colors are coming through. Super colorful petrified wood I got from the Dobell Ranch in Arizona. If you are near the petrified forest in Arizona, you need to stop at the Dobell Ranch. They're on the same land as the petrified forest, just outside the forest boundary. And they will let you dig on their property and find your own petrified wood. Plus, they've already dug out tons of it for you to look through. And you can buy it. The prices are amazingly inexpensive. It is a great outing. Anybody who's a rock hound, take the kids, take the grandkids. They will love it. Just a great time. Great people, too. But yeah, this stuff's looking pretty good. So yeah, there's some red Jasper. There's a piece of red Jasper my buddy Jim sent me. That's coming out nice. Okay, so let me get this in the drum, and then we'll look at the last one, which has the Turritella Agate project in it. So here's the Turritella Agate project dumped out, cleaned up. Turritella Agate has all these gastropod fossils in it, these little spiral snail shells. Very cool, very cool. And they are coming along. This has only been in medium grit for about a week, though, so it's going to have to go longer. Oh, and by the way, yes, I'm using the amethyst again as tumbling media for the Turritella. It seems to be working. Oh, I think the Turritella is significantly harder than the amethyst. The amethyst is coming along a lot quicker. These things are smoothing out nice. I'm going to have a lot of nice, smooth, pretty amethyst at the end of the Turritella Agate project, though. Do that. Okay, so let me get these back in their drum and sealed up and put away somewhere safe. And I need to label it that it needs to go at least another week in medium grit. And then I can get on to tumbler maintenance. Well, it's kind of odd not to have the sound of tumblers clattering away in the background. In my labs here, it's been a constant background noise for years. But, well, I don't want that stuff to set into concrete while I'm gone, and this gives me a chance to do some maintenance. So I'll get this all cleaned up where the slurry has leaked out of the tumblers a little bit. And I will get the grease gun out. I'll grease the big bearings over here, and I will get the oil can out and oil the sleeve bearings in these, so that when I get back, everything will be ready to go. I might cover this, keep the weather away from it. Although it doesn't really get rained on down here, but it does collect a lot of dust and crud from the wind. So, yeah, I might cover it up. Okay, well, I need to get moving. Less jawboning, more working, because we're hitting the road at dark 30 tomorrow. So, like I said before, leave a comment if you have a better suggestion on how to deal with leaving tumblers for long periods of time when you go out of town. I'm all ears. I'd like to hear it. But anyway, if you found this video at all interesting, educational, informative, inspirational, whatever, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to see my future videos. There will be good stuff, let me tell you, when we get back from this trip. Lots of great rocks and fossils you're not going to want to miss, so subscribe, and I'll see you in those future videos. Thanks a lot for watching this one. Bye.